Everybody, and welcome back to Bloomfield, Canada. It has been a while, but we are back, and oh my gosh, I totally forgot. We have so much to harvest. I've got 2 cornfields. I've got all the grass ready to go. Canola's ready to go. We're gonna have even more corn ready to go next month. We're gonna have soybeans ready to go. And we're gonna have some oats ready to go. For now, we gotta feed our cows. Bergness is in the house, as well as Farmer G, Charlie Boy, Will Houseman is here. Little overweight Caleb is here. Seems like it's been forever since we've been here on Bloomfield. Oh no, we got the wrong mix. Oh, I'll have to deal with that later. I must have put the wrong straw bale. I did. Shoot. Put the wrong straw bale in there. Should have put the smaller straw bale in. Schultz, what is up? Trying to fix a mistake. A little oops-a-daisy. It's suddenly turned into a giant pile of hay. Come on. Let's get a little move on. Diablo says no. I would rather slam my hand in the car door than plant saplings. Alright, I think that's good. Rabbit Rob, welcome. Yeah, I put the wrong size straw bale in. Pretty sure my ratios could have been 8,400 hay, a regular size straw bale, and then fill her up with silage. But I grabbed a big hay bale. Big grass bale. Oh, big straw bale is what I grabbed. It's been a long week, people, and it's only Thursday. What are we gonna do? What are we gonna do about it? Right, what are we gonna do about it? Richard, I know the poll is very telling. Is it not? I mean, clearly the majority knows best. Farmer G, we could have done that for sure. It's more fun fixing it by hand, though. It's more fun fixing it by hand. Just like it's more fun trying to navigate this thing that is clearly overloaded. Find something that's maybe a little bit better suited. You little monster truck driving over that. We'll fix our hay problem later. But yeah, we've got this large field of corn. We've got the other large field of corn right by where we just were. We've got a large field of canola ready. Oh, that's strange because I didn't think canola was going to be ready. Because canola is... Yeah, canola's ready. Okay. Captain Kiwi is in the house. Welcome, sir. Welcome. Remember, it's not too late to win pumps and hoses. We're going to be giving away our third copy of that DLC come next Tuesday night. Brock, what is up? everybody, and welcome back to Bloomfield, Canada. It is October 1st, and we have a lot of harvest to do. I've got 2 fields of corn to harvest. I've got a field of canola to harvest. I've got 3 fields of grass that we can bring in. Next month, we're going to have more corn to harvest. We're going to have a full field of oats to harvest. And I've got soybeans also going to be ready to harvest very, very soon. It's been a rough week of harvesting. First over at Backroads and now over here at Bloomfield. Welcome everybody in the chat. We've got a very interesting poll topic for the night. Would you rather harvest sugarcane? Would you rather bale poplar if you will? Would you rather plant saplings? Or would you rather do none of the above because they're all awful? So far, the last choice has been winning in the poll. Surprisingly, though, it's just 44%. Diablo del Toro, Thor, Burgess, Captain Kiwi, Rock is in chat, Mr. Gina, Rabbit Rob, Richard, Farmer G. Everybody else that is in chat that I can't see anymore. Welcome, Caleb, Dwayne, and more. Now, before we get too far into this video is brought to you by Rick Wharf and Eten Marin. Thank you for being farm barons. Caleb is a glutton for punishment. He wants to do all of them, all at the same time. If you remember, we are using our New Holland. This is the 2022 version of the CX890. Picked this up last time we were streaming here on Bloomfield. Sherman, what is up? Adults, are you here? We need fuel. What are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? We need some fuel. I think we just let it ride. Let it ride. See what happens. That's my vote. Alright, let's go head back over to the other place and deal with our hay problem. No, we won't lose this. Wrong place. Here we are. Apparently this won't, apparently I'm stuck. Oh no. It wants to eject the bale. I filled it up already? Holy cow. Ribbit Rob, what are you doing? Oh, Star Rainbow is welcome. Welcome to the party. We gotta fix this. Hellhawk, what's up? Welcome. Welcome back. Yeah, if we had somebody named Cotter join, we could all welcome back Cotter. Oh, did my sound effects work again? No, I still haven't fixed that. No, I just need to restart some software. It's not been on the priority list. I mean, you know, it's not near as important as running out of fuel. That's the most important thing we could do. Four, how you doing there, sir? How are things going? Well, Captain Kiwi, that is always my goal, to make other people feel old. That way I feel younger. How about Starsky and Hutch? There we go, we basically cleaned up our mess. That was that simple, but look, we got corn here ready to harvest, canola ready to harvest, corn ready to harvest, oats are ready to harvest soon, soybeans are ready to harvest soon, more corn will be ready to harvest soon, and then all of our grass is ready. What are we going to do? Rainbow Star is new to the farm sim world. That's okay. We were all new once. Hope you all are enjoying it. And if you've got any questions, don't hesitate to ask. Somebody around here will say the right answer. I think we'll go ahead and unload this over at the bin. Who's the most new? If Burgess is the most new, and now Burgess is not the most new anymore. When in doubt, make sure you just ignore Tukey. Oh, Farm Sim 17 isn't bad at all. That's where I cut my teeth. see if we can sneak this in. We went tip side front. I guess you're not even showing me which one I'm on. Oh, that's wonderful. That makes it so easy to know which side we are tipping into when you can't see the readout. Clearly I'm making it hard on myself. I mean, that should be close enough. Really not. Really? There we are. Jeez. Should probably just back it in, right? That'll make it easier. I definitely don't know how to help you there. I never used a controller. I forgot I was gonna give these pigs some. Oh wait, are they full? Oh, they're full. Jeez. Really wish Giants would decide if that was a bug. I sure think it's a bug. I don't know about others. So that's how you do it. I guess it's not lined up anymore. Oh, yay! We're just pouring the grain out the outside of the bin, but that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. What's a bug? A bug is a deficiency in the application's programming that is clearly causing behavior other than what the programmer intended. The bug is aptly named because back in the olden times of computers, when computers were the size of rooms, there was a, quote, literal bug inside of a computer. And the literal bug was causing it to malfunction. Henceforth, the terminology of said bug has stuck. About as tight as a cockroach to a fly paper. At any rate, the bug for which I am referring to is in animal pens where there is multiple food sources, like pigs and cows and horses. The total capacity is treated as if it is a silo, to where when the total capacity is full, you cannot apply any more of the lower products. So therefore, let's say you just keep dumping grain in and put 34,000 liters of grain in. You will not be able to put any more of any other food source in it. And therefore, I feel that is a bug. I feel it shouldn't be coded like a FS22 silo. Pork Nut, what's up? Rabbit Mouth, there's a replay. There's a replay. Just drag that back about 30 seconds. So I feel it's a bug. If it's coded as a silo, I feel that it's inappropriately coded as a silo. It wasn't 250 megabytes. It was something a lot smaller than that. But I think that's a false quote also. See, what are our choices? How are we doing on the poll? 41 votes, 42 votes. 31% of you would harvest sugarcane over the other options. 17% say they would bale poplar. 12% say you would bale or plant saplings. And the majority, but not the vast majority, say you would do none of the above. How's everybody's week been? I hear it's kind of hot. Kind of hot out there out west. Is it hot out there where you are, people? Is it hot? We need to go feed our sheep. Anybody suffering from the rolling blackouts that are supposedly happening in that loony state of California? It's funny, just a week or two ago, they were saying that nobody could buy a gas vehicle by 2035. Everybody had to buy electric vehicles. But now they have to have rolling blackouts because they don't have enough electricity to run air conditioners. Well, how are they going to have enough electricity to charge their electric vehicles when everyone has electric vehicles? I think that's what happens when you don't eat enough meat. Your brain turns to mush. You know, we gotta move this one because now we have a perfect staircase. One day I went and took the wrap off, or the twine off all of these. I was showing somebody how you can do that, and now I wish I had left it on. Because moving a bunch of those would have been a lot easier than moving one at a time. Thank you, Brock, for becoming a farmhand. Very much appreciated. Welcome to the channel membership. There we go. That's good. AC unit, I don't know. I think my AC unit pulls a lot more than a refrigerator. I'll tell you one thing though, now that we got solar at the house, and when you get solar, you get like a little dashboard that you can log into and see your live power usage. Wowzers. Quite frankly, I think everybody should have that access, because if you did, man, oh man, you might do things a little bit different. Put a load of clothes in a clothes dryer, turned it on, looked at our power dashboard, and I was like, holy cow. We're pulling over 8,000 watts with that dryer running. Air conditioner pulls like 2,000, 2,500. 8,000 from a clothes dryer. I was like, holy cow. How do you break down bales? You put them in a TMR mixer. They'll turn into loose. Yeah, I think it depends. What size air conditioner? Are you talking about a window unit, or are you talking about a whole house unit? I can see a window unit drawing power of the fridge. You can operate excavators and dozers, yes. But you can't really dig up the dirt unless you're on PC and you have a Terraform mod. Or sorry, a Terrafarm mod. If you're on a console, you can't dig ground. If you're on PC, you can dig holes in the ground with the Terrafarm mod. I think it's called Terrafarm. Bertus, are you just trying to what? Are you trying to take a regular bale and make it loose? The easiest thing to do is get a animals, toss them in a TMR mixer, and the bale will become loose, and then just unload it. If you're talking about the baby bales, taking a set of 14 baby bales and separating them back out into 14 individual bales after they've been combined using the multi-pack, you walk up to the big pack of bales and you'll see a cut. I think it's like R. You hit R and then it separates the one big pack into 14 little ones. Arbitrary Hubris, welcome back. Hope everyone had a good week. Yesterday I decided to take the day off that I wasn't going to stream yesterday and played a little Age of Empires for a couple hours. That was fun. We were talking about the Queen earlier. Age of Empires is kind of neat because it gives you, it's like a little history lesson while you play the game. You want to put the straw bales in your hayloft. I would put them, yeah, I would get a TMR mixer. Toss the bales in the mixer. The bales will become loose, and then just unload the mixer into your hayloft. Israel, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, farm equipment's not cheap. So, I mean, I would say, let's look here. You can buy a 1986 pickup for $25,000. I don't know about that. $45,000. I don't know what these Kubotas cost in real life. An IRL. What a XG850 costs, if it's $11,500 or not. No doubt John Deere's going to be far more expensive and less good. That's definitely a given. But yeah, is Is a 105 horsepower Massey Ferguson really $76,000? I don't know. I haven't bought a tractor to know. Now, if you start getting into mods, I mean, the price of mods is going to be, it's going to be all over the place. It's whatever the person set it to be. If you're on PC and you want to win a copy of Pumps and Hoses, go ahead and enter for a chance to win. We're going to be giving away our third copy of Pumps and Hoses next Tuesday on the 13th. We've already given away 2 copies. We've got 3 more to give away between now and the official release of the Pumps and Hoses DLC. Corp, I had that problem recently over on Backroads. What's F12? Oh, where is it? I'm not seeing it in F12. Easy deviation controls. We could hit reload vehicle and see if that helps. I do not have any merch. I am merchless. Adult says we do things the hard way. I don't know why. I don't know why he would think this. I mean, it seems like a perfectly reasonable way to unload a harvester. Oh, it was grayed out because of the fact that I was not having something with a cover. Oh, Dwayne, how do you know? How do you know that I'm not shirtless? Huh? Yeah, I'll think about that now. What do you think about that now? Oh, we're just gonna drive over top of this because I feel like it. Galt's lost his lunch. What's up with that? Did you lose your appetite? I really don't know why you would do that. We're just gonna leave that over here. Ah, Schultz, did you eat some sloppy Joe? That's the question. Let's go over lasagna. All right, so here's the question. Are you in a sloppy Joe region or a hot beef region? I've heard it referred as both. Popcorn, chicken. I don't have popcorn chicken at Subway. Imagine if they did. Schultz isn't a fan of much. He seems to be a picky eater. Y'all agree? Do you agree? Oh, what type of preserves are they? Are you canning? You can. Oh, they used to do a lot of canning when I was a kid. I never canned, but they did. My grandmother and mother did. Oh, they'd can green beans, they'd can tomatoes, they'd can all types of things. They can pickles for sure. They make jelly. They make jam. I never understood the difference between the two. They can disgusting beets. They can eggs and beets, beated eggs, whatever you call them. Hot pepper jelly. Spicy jelly. Oh, wow. You waiting a little late there, Diablo del Toro, are you, to write your 1,000-page essay in a midterm exam? What type of peppers are in a hot pepper jelly? My goodness, what class is having you write that much? Right? Is it a class about how you can write someone else's novel for them? Gamer Warren, welcome. Well, I didn't think it was a sweet hot pepper jelly. I have never seen any organizational behavior. Usually it's organizational misbehavior. Or more appropriately, disorganized behavior. Might as well fill it up. There we go. Spicy pickles. We talked about the other day, didn't we? There we go. Oh my gosh, it's dusty. So I have to fix that. Yeah. Go. So yeah, a little pepper chili on like a cracker. That wouldn't be bad. Get a real trailer we can unload. Burgess, I think turning it in on time was good enough for half credit. Hell, no, I don't. That was a pre-order bonus on something that I didn't get. I don't know what the Black Anthem was pre-order bonus on. We've got the Black Beauty, the Black Fent. And we got the old Zetor. They were part of the collector's edition. Yeah, it's probably like $199. No, Hellhawk, the collector's edition only had two unlock codes. Oh, that sounds good. Spicy jelly on top of pepper jack cheese. But the pre-order bonuses were different depending on where you ordered the game, or where you pre-ordered and what you pre-ordered. So if you, I mean, maybe if you got the year one season pass, yeah, it was included with that. Oh, we made it. Just barely. Just barely. Oh, that sounds good. Some of you guys are top quality chefs, it seems. I'm not nearly as fancy fooding. Oh. But Schultz is so civilized. Civilized and healthy with the air fryer. Haha. That's one thing I hadn't gotten much into was Indian food. Maybe I just didn't know what to order. I'll tell you what though, I was disillusioned when I learned what an air fryer really was. I was like, wait, what? It's like an air fryer is just a glorified convection oven. Oh, we got a big old bump there in the field. I had forgotten about that. I thought for some reason it had some magical properties. Scooter's Workbench, what is up? Tell you what, I'm looking at the BGA off in the distance, and I'm thinking about pumps and hoses. Hoses and pumps. Kind of looking forward to giving it a try. Well, yeah, it does cook much faster because it's, I mean, it's a convection oven, right? So it's got a heating element, it's got a fan blowing the hot air over things. So as opposed to a regular oven just being passive heat, passive hot air, right? It's just passive heat in a space that's enclosed. Convection oven actively has hot air being blown on and around the food. I mean, really, we could call an oven a hot box, because that's what it is. It's just a big box that's hot. We set our food in the hot box, and it eventually cooks because it's sitting in a hot box in a hot environment. Jimmy, what is up? Glad to have you here. Offer you a little bit of a distraction. Yeah, we've got an Instapot, and we have a air fryer lid for the Instapot. And I basically use it to make the kid French fries. Because I can make frozen French fries in like 18 minutes. Yeah, Buddha, we are a one combine shop. Later, Kiwi. Make sure you reserve some time for Subway. The hard way or no way at all? I mean, why would I want to do it any other way? Well, what is up? Welcome. Later, Super Buffo. Well, hell, Hawk, the way I see it is it's the difference between submerged frying and surface frying. Oh, finally, Will is back in town. It was one heck of a lightning strike. And now you're moving into hurricane season. I'll tell you, it's been wet here for the last like 5 days. Wet or cloudy. Waiting for the clouds to clear out and get some nice, clear, sunny weather again. So did it hit? What did it hit? Did it hit the house? Did it hit the line? It just struck somewhere close and it ran in on the line. You did too. You did. I mean, yesterday, Chris, I was in the office. I was in the office here, playing some Age of Empires, just chilling out. I went out to the kitchen to get a refill on the drink, and I hear this noise. I'm like, "What is that?" And then I'm like, "Oh, it's downpouring outside." I was like, "Oh, I had no idea." Cable TV is just, there you go. Another reason to cut the cord. So, yeah. Well, what's funny is, funny and annoying, right? I turned our solar panels on last Tuesday. Not Tuesday this week, but Tuesday a week ago. And Wednesday we had perfectly clear skies. Thursday we had perfectly clear skies. Power generation was optimal. It was outstanding. And then since Friday of last week, we've just had overcast, cloudy skies, rain all day, or various combinations of such. It's like, man. Are you kidding me? But now that I have the means of cutting my electric bill, it goes and gets cloudy on me. How do you know that a week or two? How do you know storms are coming in a week or two? No way to prove that it wasn't properly grounded because the line is burnt. Ray, what is up? Too many trees. Yeah. Well, I mean, something that you learn. I was saying earlier that you get, part of the whole package is you get a dashboard where you can see your live usage. And you can see your live generation. And boy, you can tell when cloud cover happens because the power generation goes, right down the tank. Well, I mean, maybe that'll put a little break in the heat. Talger, what's up? And we got 7.2 kilowatts of power generation off of 20 panels. And we financed it over 20 years. I don't remember the exact cost. I think it was 20, maybe 29 after projected tax credits. Well, $1,000 deductible is definitely nothing to shake a stick at, but it is probably a small price to pay to get everything back to running. So they claim I'll save about 80% of my total. I'll be able to generate, I guess, 80% of my average annual usage. So we'll have to see where it goes. I mean, on the 2 days that we had clear weather, I was generating far more than I was using. So I was banking power. But as soon as the clouds come out, nope, not going to happen. Dogger with the 17-month farm barrenness. Thank you, sir. Thank you for being a farm baron for 17 months. What dedication. What awesome dedication. No batteries included. That's like the story of the toys of the 80s and 90s, right? No batteries included. Why don't you want to... Oh. Oh, Raz is here. Everybody get your tetanus shot. Raz has been in the rust. He's been rusting. Head down here and unload this thing. Yeah, I didn't look at batteries, but I heard they basically told me that the batteries were very, very expensive. As far as a percentage of of an entire system. And overall, I talked about, you know, my, we rarely lose power. I bought a generator many, many years ago after we had a big derecho come through. And I've probably used it legitimately like 3 times in the close to 10 years that we've had it. I get it out every year, get her warmed up, and make sure it's operational ready, but we've rarely needed it. Raz needs to get real internet. Whatever happened to those fiber people? Fallout 76? What? Was that a write-in option? Finally, grapes are done. All right, is that what you're thinking? Let's close out our poll. 90 votes. 90 votes, and shockingly, it's a lot closer than I thought it would be. 36% say all of these choices are bad. 32% say harvesting sugarcane is more preferable to baling poplar or planting saplings. They see your street and they say, no, maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow, maybe in 2024. They say that guy's kind of been a pain in the tail end. I would say solar with batteries would be useful in a storm. Although what they were telling me is, I guess really it would be somewhat cost prohibitive for a set of batteries that would be house wide. That would last with any decent amount of duration. Eddie, that's right. Congratulations on winning Pumps and Hoses. 2 days ago, Eddie was our second winner. Semper Buffo, who is gone now, he was our first winner. So you too can win Pumps and Hoses DLC, just explanation giveaway. If you're on PC, click on the link and enter to win. You never know. Your name just might get drawn next Tuesday around 10 p.m. Now, I watched a video this morning of a couple that have an off-grid setup, and they were talking about what they installed and how much it cost, and their battery setup was $50,000 alone. I don't know how many batteries they had put in, but I mean, they were 100% off-grid, right? So they wanted they wanted a system that would run their entire little cabin off of batteries. Right? But I think that's an extreme case. Right? I don't know what they were. I really wasn't paying that much attention. I was just kind of... I had it playing just out of slight interest. But yeah. So up here, if the power's off, the solar's off, because it all requires power from the utility. So if the meter's not getting anything from the utility, I'm not getting anything from my roof. But I think it's also useful because of the fact that your generation can differ so much based on the sun. And I've been watching the dashboard, because you get this web dashboard you can log into, and like I said, they put those current rings, you know, those rings that you can clamp around a wire and tell if there's current flowing through it. So there's current rings that they basically clamp around the feed coming into my panel, and then that allows the dashboard to tell me how much power I'm drawing at any moment. And then obviously the dashboard knows how much power is coming off the roof at any moment. So that shows me a nice chart of power I'm generating, power I'm consuming, and any excess I'm sending back out the wire to the utility. And then the utility meter keeps track of what I'm sending and pulling. But if you watch, it's insane. Like, if you're at the house, you're looking at the dashboard, and it's bright and sunny, and then a cloud moves across, and you know, you can see the cloud move across because you can see the intensity of the sun on the ground fade. And as soon as the cloud moves across the house, that power generation just plummets. Drops by half, drops by like 2/3. And then when the cloud moves away, it just spikes right back up. You can track I can literally track the sunrise. It's linear. The ramp up in power generation is linear from about, right now, around 7:45 until around 10 o'clock. It is very linear. A steady increase in power generation as the sun rises and rises and rises. And then it plateaus around 10:45, 11-ish. And then around 3:30-ish, it starts to tail off again. Very linear. So it's really interesting to kind of watch and see that. But yeah, if you were going to be 100% off grid, you need a battery system to protect you from your lows. Otherwise, you'd have your own brownouts, and that's not good for your own stuff. Right? You're sitting here, you know, you're doing whatever, and then a cloud cover comes in and half your electronics stop working because suddenly you're not making enough power. X Morgan, no, pretty much our streams are single player. Well, that's your inverter. So, yeah, you've got DC coming off the roof to an inverter. The inverter's doing the conversion of AC to DC. So the voltage remains, but the current drops off. That's how I understand it, with my rudimentary level of understanding of electricity. But again, that's for an off-grid system, because the way it's wired in, the roof comes down to an inverter. The inverter takes DC to AC. The AC output of the inverter goes into a manual disconnect box on the outside of the house that Dominion Power requires. So basically anybody could come up, but ideally, like, the utility could come up and throw the disconnect and turn off the power going into my panel, which ultimately feeds back out of their to the grid, right? So it's a safety measure that they want to have an outside disconnect, so they can, if they're working in the neighborhood and they know we have power generation, obviously they would know that. They would know to come to the house if they were concerned about the power generation feeding back the line, and flip the manual disconnect outside, which will guarantee that we're not feeding power back down the line. So it comes out of the manual disconnect, and then it goes into the top of my panel before the master breaker. So it basically feeds in exactly the same place that the panel power coming out of the meter, the utility meter, feeds in. So as far as the house is concerned, it's getting power. It doesn't necessarily know which power it's getting. It's just getting power. So if I overproduce for my current demand, power basically goes out to the meter and out into the local grid. And the meter keeps track of what I'm sending and what I'm receiving. And then I will obviously only get billed for what I'm receiving, and I'll get credits for what I'm sending. So ultimately, if I send them excess, I'll be able to use that excess later. If I'm not producing enough, then I just pull power from the grid. I paid nothing out of the pocket right now. I'll have about $111 payment that starts in October. And they claim I'm going to take about 80% off of my power bill, which was a little better than break even based on my power bill. But based on the power bill I got last month, it's going to be better than break even already, because power bill last month was a bit more than it's usually been. So we got it turned on halfway through the billing cycle, so it's going to take 2 cycles before I really truly see a significant benefit. This next coming bill should be lower by far, because we're now during the day generating most of our power that we are consuming, but at night we draw more than we made when it's cloudy. If it's sunny, I'm producing more than I consume on any one given day. But we've had like a week of cloudy weather here. But what the visibility of the dashboard really has done is it's got me thinking about things. Like a utility like California, the crazy Californians, and the and Virginia apparently has some mandate that the power company be carbon neutral by 2035 or some junk. Well, just looking at my own production makes you think a bit about it. And a power company, a utility can't be. They have to be power diverse, power generation diverse. So that they can't put a whole bunch of investment in solar because they would have to have massive warehouses of batteries to store the power to feed houses and companies and businesses on cloudy days and at night. That's not sustainable because you're only making power in the daylight and you're making more power when it's clear, but you can't have clear skies every day of the year, right? You're going to have rainy days. You're going to have cloudy days. You're going to have shorter days for 2/3 of the year. So you got to diversify your power generation. You got wind power. We don't see a lot of wind generators here in Virginia. At least I haven't. But again, from what I understand, if it's really windy, they shut those things down because they run too much. They can damage themselves. Or if you happen to have no wind at all, well, there you go. Seems like the only consistent clean power is hydropower, from water. But then again, we've seen dry weather out west. We've seen dams drying, water level in dams dropping to the point where, well, that guaranteed power isn't guaranteed anymore. So I don't think you're ever going to really be able to get carbon neutral. You're always going to have some form of dirty energy that you can burn to bridge the demand gaps. So the politicians can be all idealistic they want. I don't think it's a reality. So the U.S. has a 26% tax credit. Well, at least they currently have a 26% tax credit, so I can take 26% of the cost of the system and apply it to taxes and basically get a tax credit. And then the way the loan is structured, it was a 25-year loan, 2.9% interest, no, 1.9% interest. It was some ludicrously low interest rate. And the loan payment is structured off of taking that tax credit and putting it toward the loan. Well, hopefully hopefully Jimmy, his stream doesn't dry up, right? Or freeze. That's a thing. Rivers freeze in the winter. But yeah, I think you really need to be about as power diverse as you can be if you're off grid. You should look at Solar Raz. You should look at it. I don't know how much longer the tax credits are going to be in place. But I was skeptical. I just called him in, just said, what the heck? Right, we'll see what it is. But their proposal was pretty pretty compelling, obviously. But I do, I had been doing Virginia lets you do annual billing. So they take your usage over the course of a year. And then they basically let you make payments. So over the summer, I pay less than what I actually use. And in the winter, I pay more than I actually use. But every month, I know what my power bill is because it's the same. And then every year they reassess based on the previous year's usage. Well, my power bill used to be like $145-ish a month. Last month it was $199. And I was like, what? So, if I gotta pay $199 every month, that's not gonna be good. But luckily, I'd already signed the agreement, and yeah, they said we estimate you're gonna generate about 80% of what you use. So you should see about an 80% cut on your power bill over a year. And when I knew that my power bill was about $140 something, and the loan payment was going to be like $111 a month, right? I didn't do the exact math, but I felt like that was close enough to 80% off. That if I was, you know, if I paid $111 in loan, right, 20% of 140 would probably be the balance of what my monthly bill would be. Seemed like it was about a net neutral. Now, and I've lived in this house for 21 years, and I've seen my power bill go up since we moved in till now. We all know it's going to go up. So it's basically you're locking in your power bill almost, right? And hopefully next year this time we'll be in a position where we can confirm or deny the estimate. But $83? Well, how much power did you use? That's the other thing, right? We use more power now than we did when I moved in because it was just me and the wife when we moved in. Now all of a sudden it's 4 people in the house. Me and 2 kids. You're doing more laundry. You're doing more dishes with the dishwasher. Right? You're potentially cooking more. You're running that microwave more. Yeah, our water bill is water, trash, sewer. So it's up there. yeah. See, but you live out in the, you live out more in the rural. Right, you live out more in the rural. Right? We got no septic here. We dump straight into the city. Like I say, we got a trash truck comes by every Thursday. Now, one thing that I did notice, and I swear, I think everybody should have access to their live power consumption. I mean, you wouldn't imagine how enlightening being able to look on your phone and see what your actual power usage is at any one given second. But, I've got the thermostat set. Typically it's set at 72. That's where we have it set. We have it set at 72 when we're here. And then I've got the thermostat set to roll back to 74 at 7:30 in the morning, Monday through Friday. And then around 3 o'clock, I have it set to drop to 72 again. And by the time we get home, 5:30-ish, it's back to where it should be. Nice and stable at 72. And it stays there until morning. And there's two arguments to that. There's an argument that you're saving power because you're not keeping the house 72 all day long. Then there's the argument that you're consuming more power because you got to drop the house 2 degrees every day as opposed to maintaining it at a flat level. Right? They're both, you can argue both. But what I can tell you is you can't argue is when you see my daily power usage on a day that we're at 74 during the day and 72 in the evening at night versus a weekend when we're at 72 all day long. And I'll tell you what, 72 all day long is a lot more power consumption. A lot. Yeah, when I turn this heater on, it's 500 watts. It's a little less than half of a microwave oven. Microwave oven pulls like 1,000 to 1,200. Will, my PCs are running 24/7. I don't turn them off. But we've got a well-insulated attic. We've got basically high efficiency windows. And during the day, the AC doesn't turn on from 7:30 in the morning until 11. And then it's only on for a little bit as it's maintaining 74. It runs for about an hour straight, going from 74 to 72. And then it just does its normal cycle. But if you leave it at 72, it's cycling it's not constantly, but it's cycling very regularly. Of course, Jimmy. Of course, there's variables, but I'm just telling you, I know. And I mean, the same will hold with the heat in the winter, but we use gas heat, so we don't have to worry about electric. Ah, it's... Schultz has got it right. Schultz has got it right. If the government wants me to run my house at 81 degrees, then I will make sure, I will make for darn sure every government office is at 81 degrees. If you can't walk the walk, then shut your mouth up and quit talking the talk. That's what I tell them. $64. Oh my gosh, how hot that is! Like chilly. So I've got a question for him. I'm surprised more politicians don't have foot and mouth disease, because they keep putting their feet in their mouth all the time. Right? Was it hoof and mouth? Is that it? I mean, I can only imagine. Well, I used to have I used to run saltwater fish tanks, and we would have, it would not be uncommon to have over 1,000 watts of bulbs over each tank. And of course, those lights are on, you know, like 14, 16 hours a day. But, yeah, like I said, it's real interesting if you can see your live power usage. Then you see what your appliances actually are pulling. You're like, holy crap. I had our power meter, I had the phone app up, and I put something in the microwave and hit start. And we went from like using 700 watts to like 2,000 watts. I turned the microwave off, boom, 700 watts again. I was like, holy crap. AC turned on, we went up to like 2,800 watts. I went downstairs and started the dryer. We were over 8,000 watts from the clothes dryer. I think a toaster. I think we used I used a toaster. I checked that this morning. That was like 750. Caleb, I was asking about a gas dryer once. I was like, you don't really see gas dryers. And I don't know if it was this chat or if it was somebody else was telling me that gas dryers had a tendency to burn clothing. But we really don't see gas dryers over here. Yeah, I mean, I would getting a gas dryer. It would be cheaper, I think, until gas prices go a lot higher. But we're not hooked up for a gas dryer. What's Splatoon? Is Splatoon 3 a game or a movie? Jimmy, the app's not that bad of a heart attack. Only when it's cloudy or you're running a clothes dryer. Oh, that is right, Caleb. If the power's out, you can still cook on the stovetop. Just need a little Bic lighter, right? Now, you can't run the oven because the oven needs a... at least my oven doesn't have a standing pilot. It's got a electric pilot. Electric striker, if you will, to fire it back up. Oh, switch. Also means, Caleb, we got hot water anytime we want it. So if the power is out, I can take me a nice long hot shower. Don't have to worry about it because somehow the hot water heater, which is gas, just turns on and off by itself. Yeah, see, our oven's gas, but it needs electric to light. So I can't run the oven when there's no power. Unless I plug the oven into our generator, then I can do it. Anti-power war simulator. It's a good idea, Will. It's a good idea. I mean, down there you could probably have hot water 24 or all 12 months out of the year. Up here we'd have to turn the water off and drain it in the winter, otherwise it would definitely be a cold water generator. You can't light, yeah, you can't. You can light a gas stove that way for sure. Because the gas is on and you just take a lighter or a match and flame up. But the oven, no. Plus ovens cycle on and off. They're not gas on all the time, right? So they gas up to a temperature and they cycle off. And then as the temperature drops in the oven, they cycle back on. So you could get an oven up to temperature maybe. But when it cycles off, you don't know when it's going to cycle back on. You won't be able to relight it. Forest Web, we are live just for a little bit longer, though. It is almost 2 hours live stream. Raz with the $9.99 super chat. He's going to go live stream. Are you live streaming some Fallout? We'll send people your way. Explanation Raz to go watch some nuclear Fallout gameplay. That's okay, there's plenty of things to cook on the stovetop. Or you go outside and cook it on the grill. I've been known to use the grill as an oven. It's a bit harder to temp control things because, you know, the flame's always on, but I've used a grill to cook a ham before. Oh, do they not get up? They probably don't hold temp very well. They probably leak. They probably leak heat, right? So they probably don't hold a temp very good. I mean, I gotta imagine the oven in a RV is probably the size of a toaster oven. Yeah, I've taken a ham, put it in the pan, wrapped it in foil, and stick it in the grill. Shut the lid. Our grill's got a little thermostat on the front. I try to figure out how to adjust the dials to get the temperature around 350. And I've cooked a couple hams that way. Because inevitably the stove heats the house up, right? So if we don't want to heat the house up, I'll cook the ham outside. Like I said, the only issue is you really got to keep an eye on that thermostat. Not thermostat, the thermometer, to try to dial the flame in so that it leaks temperature about as fast as it generates it. Oh, that would be so... Cooking a whole pig? That's so good. Who doesn't like a whole roasted porky pig? Sorry about that. I once again hit the lock key on the keyboard. I got a new keyboard. It's kind of nice, but it's got this lock key right up here in the upper right corner. You hit it, and boom, your PC's locked. I've never had a wild boar. Forrest, you don't want to see me. You want to see the game. I mean, if you really want to see me. There we are, right there. There we are in camp. No, I've hit this lock screen a few times. It's very convenient if you are driving in, let's say, American Truck Sim, and next thing you know, you hit the lock screen, and well, you don't know where you're going anymore, but your truck is still moving. And the way we drive on Sunday Night Mayhem, we're still moving pretty quick. But what's funny is we're still screaming when I lock the screen. All right, we're gonna put where's my header at? Where did I put my grain header? I don't know, but we're gonna have to take this back to the other farm. Let's go do that. Did you all know that there's a shortcut? There's a shortcut over here to go back up to the Piggly Wiggly farm. But it's a Logitech MX something keyboard. It's cordless. I used to have a corded keyboard, but I kept getting the cord caught on my side table, and the cord started pulling out of the keyboard housing, and I was like, at some point in time, I'm just going to completely break the keyboard. So I thought, you know what, I got a cordless mouse. Let's get a wireless keyboard too. Apparently we somehow got stuck around a tree. It's not a shortcut when you get stuck at a tree. So we're just going to go on up here, and I guess we'll go ahead and roll that beautiful credit footage. Well, thank you all for coming out and watching today. A little bit of an interesting conversation we had around my solar. We're looking forward to the first bill. It's hopefully going to be about half of our power usage, or if the sun ever comes back out, less than half of our power usage than it was previous month. Tomorrow we're going to be on Forza Horizon 5 on our Forza Friday live stream. I think we are we starting a new season, or is this the last week of the historical Mexican racing. I don't remember, but I guess we'll find out tomorrow night. I've got to figure out where my grain head is, because we've got canola we need to harvest over here. No, Jimmy, I don't feel like a god. I do feel like I'm a little bit more in control of one utility bill. And until next time, guys, happy farming.